Welcome to my channel, I'm Gary Wiryawan, and today I just want to quickly talk about my dream ultimate micro four thirds lens. Let's go! So as some of you might already know, I'm a micro four thirds camera user. I own a couple of micro four thirds cameras and a bunch of micro four thirds lenses. I really think that these lenses are really great. They perform really well. They really suit my need. However, sometimes I'm still wondering, what if I got a chance to make my own version of the perfect ultimate micro four thirds lens? And today we're going to talk about it. So this is just a quick, fun video, kind of an escape to the reality that we're having right now. Just a little bit of a fun video, so I hope that you will enjoy today's video. However, before we start to talk about the lens itself, I just want to quickly talk about the current situation of micro four thirds camera and lenses. So in my personal opinion, in my own experience, I really think that micro four thirds is the best for travel, photography and video, for general out and about photography and video, and just for casual usage, for hobbyists, for enthusiasts, for people like me who enjoy taking pictures, who want something a little bit better compared to the smartphone, but nothing too serious, nothing too big, too bulky, too professional. And because of that, I really enjoy small lenses that performs really great, like this Panasonic 12 to 35mm f2.8, like this lens that's recording this video right now, the Panasonic Leica 15mm f1.7, the Panasonic Lumix 20mm f1.7, Olympus 45mm f1.8, as well as the Laowa 7.5mm f2, and so on. There are so many great little lenses that performs really great, especially for photography and video. They are sharp, they are lightweight, so it's easy to carry around when you travel around by plane. And I really think that this is the area that micro four thirds really shines. And because of that, I really think that the perfect micro four thirds lens should be small, should be lightweight, should be flexible enough, very versatile, very useful in so many different situations, and it is flexible enough to cover a lot of focal length range so that you can go from something really wide to something that's telephoto. So once again, this is just imagination, this is just something that we dreamed of, so anything can really go here. And you know, the most logical answer to this will be something, a super zoom like the Panasonic 14 to 140, but slightly wider at the ultra wide end and then slightly longer at the telephoto end, and has large aperture. So probably something like 8 to 100mm f2.8s. That's really something that I'd really want, as long as it is small like the 12 to 35mm f2.8 and not too expensive. Probably we're talking about $799 or probably something closer to $999 or something like that. However, maybe it's very difficult to manufacture, and you know, it's not kind of realistic, so we want to add a little bit of realism into this thought process, so that you know, hopefully in the future, maybe Panasonic or Olympus or OM system, whoever, they can make this kind of lens into a dream come true. So because of that, because we want to add a little bit of realism into this thought process, then I think we should limit ourselves a little bit. So let's talk about the focal length. I'm personally a wide angle kind of guy. I really enjoy the Panasonic Leica 8 to 18mm f2.8 to f4. I really think that the ultra wide end and the little bit of the moderate wide angle here can really cover a lot of things. Majority of my photographs and video are being shot at this focal length. So yeah, maybe something like a 7 to 35mm f2.8 will be my dream come true kind of lens. That 7 to 35mm f2.8 should have a constant f2.8 aperture, and then the size that is not larger than this Panasonic Leica 8 to 18mm, and also as sharp and as lightweight, and it should be priced under $999 preferably something in the range of $799 or $699. That will be really perfect. We don't need the Leica branding. It can just be a lumix lens. I don't really care as long as it's sharp, it's contrasty, it's punchy, it's not heavy, and it's priced correctly, then I'm happy. Speaking of the telephoto end, I've been really happy with the Panasonic Lumix 35mm to 100mm f2.8. This guy right here, I've been using it this last few days with really great result. Unfortunately, I cannot share it here to you because you know, the subject is private. I don't want to share the photographs of these people into the internet. However, I can just say that I'm really happy with this lens, and you know, imagining a perfect telephoto lens would be a little bit difficult for me because this guy has been performing really well. However, we can still go crazy. This is not real. This is just imagining. This is just our dream and our hope. So we don't have to be too realistic here. So if I got the option, I want 35 to 200mm f2.8 constant aperture, weather sealed, just like this guy. Well, I'd like to take that back. I wanna go a little bit crazier on this one. What about 35 to 200mm f1.7? That'll be really crazy. I hope that it will stay the same size as the 35 to 100 and it has a constant f1.7 aperture, weather sealing, great autofocus like this guy, and you know, I don't care about the Leica branding. You can just put Lumix branding here and I'll be happy with it. Now let's talk about something a little bit crazier here. Superzoom. I've been really happy with the Panasonic 14 to 140 f3.5 to f5.6 as my super zoom lens, especially for travel. I brought this guy in Iceland and it's been performing really well. I took some great shots with it and you know, I'm really happy with the result that I got from this lens. However, now let's dream something a little bit crazy. So earlier I mentioned about 8 to 100mm f2.8. Well, maybe I want that, yeah, but maybe let's go a little bit more realistic, add a little bit realism so that it can make a little bit more sense and hopefully they can make one. So what about 8 to 100mm f4 or maybe 9 to 100mm f4? I really think that will be something that I'd be interested in using. I know that Olympus has the 12 to 100mm f4 and I really think it's a great lens, especially for travel. It can really replace a lot of my lenses that I brought for travel. However, I want a little bit more of that ultra wide angle focal length so that I don't have to bring multiple lenses, especially when I use ultra zoom, because I'm more of a wide angle kind of guy. And as with my trip to Iceland recently, I really used my Laowa 7.5mm f2 a lot to capture a lot of wide angle scenes. Okay, so enough about the ultimate dream lens. I really hope that what I've talked before has been entertaining for you. Or not. Please let me know in the comments down below. However, I just want to say that I'm really grateful for my Micro Four Thirds camera gears and lenses. I'm really happy with the current combination that I have, the Panasonic Leica A218 f2.8 as well as the 35-100 f2.8 Panasonic, and some of my other lenses like the Laowa 7.5mm, Olympus 45, Panasonic 20mm f1.7 and so on. They're all great lenses, they're all great camera gear. I just love them all and I can get so many different kinds of pictures and video and I can get great result, and I'm really happy with my current situation with Micro Four Thirds. I just really hope that in the future the Micro Four Thirds companies such as Panasonic and Olympus OM System, OM Digital, whatever they are right now, I don't know the name. I really hope that they will stay in this smaller, lighter, but also good quality and affordable paths, you know, not going into the big, bulky, you know, professional kind of direction, but something that is more, you know, suited towards people who travel a lot, for enthusiasts, people like me, people who just enjoys taking picture, who don't really care about professional features or professional great stuff in their cameras or lenses. I really hope that this will be the future of Micro Four Thirds. And judging by the recent release of the Panasonic Leica 9mm f1.7, I really think that this is a great great, indication of what's going to come in the future. And I really hope that Micro Four Thirds will stay like this forever. And that's all for today's video. I really hope that you've been enjoying today's video. So please comment down below what is your version of the perfect lens, your ultimate dream Micro Four Thirds lens, or whatever format. And yeah, just let us know in the comments down below. Let's have a little bit of conversation going on there. And also, if you have any question about this video, please also ask in the comment down below as well, and I will try my best to answer. And yeah, please also don't forget to support my small channel by liking this video, sharing this video, and subscribing to my channel down below. It will really help me a ton to motivate me to keep making these videos for you. Alright, thank you and goodbye.